That's what you're taught to tackle, right? You know, no grudges held there. I mean, he's doing his job, yeah. And who knows? I might have missed a read, you know, but you never know. It's part of the game.
I remember going down to the railing and getting a chance to see him, and it was like I saw. His eyes were so totally different, and it was like he knew, I knew, this is not good. And this, you know, it was a hard thing to watch it go that way. And the strides he's made, the steps he's made. That period of time, that next year, he wasn't putting together sentences and, you know, names, and hard to see him that way. It was really hard to watch him lose his career that way.
That was the most difficult year of my career because I wasn't with my family. My family was back in Birmingham, and this happened, and we, okay, stay in Birmingham, you know, we'll deal with this because this kind of put a kink in the plans. So the most difficult time of my football career, I was away from my family, not by their choice, but just by circumstance. And, you know, I owe so much to John Hitchcock, Rob Hitchcock's brother, and Andrew Grigg. These are my, Tommy Gerhardt. These are three guys that I leaned on in time of need when I was in Hamilton, because I was spinning. My head was spinning. I wasn't thinking clearly, obviously. I couldn't even speak properly. And here the city was looking for answers to try to win football games on the football field, and yet I couldn't even put two and two together. And they were questioning my resolve. They were questioning whether or not, you know, I was able to come back. If I wanted to come back, you know, it was just I wasn't right, and it was a difficult time. But I never heard of it, never heard of, you know, to fight back. I've never heard it phrased that way, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that I didn't see it as, you know, a battle to come back. I just, okay, this is the cards that I'm dealt, you know, and you know, I can't play with your cards. I got to play with the ones that I've been dealt, and these are the cards that I've been dealt.
Matt Dunigan, who in 13 years as a CFL quarterback, sliced and diced defenses, put up that incredible 700 yards plus on one night, epitomized tough. Matt Dunigan.
Football is a team sport, and it's difficult to stand up here and be singled out for myself. I'm truly honored and privileged to be going into the hall, not only with these players up here, but knowing the people that have gone before us. It's overwhelming, and it's mind-boggling. But the reason why I'm so, I think, flabbergasted and overwhelmed is because it's an interpretation of the way you play the game and how you present it, how you attack it and go out there and play. And to be singled out like this, it feels like you've put a stamp of approval on the way I play the game. And the reason why I play the game the way I do is because there's so many people in the audience and my coaches. It is amazing, folks, how easy it is to understand why I'm here. I got great people around me. I love y'all. I love this league. I don't want to sit down because I don't want this night to end. But I tell you, it feels good to be here. And all you guys that are aspiring to be here, hey, just take it one day at a time, one play at a time, and leave it out on the football field, because that's the way it's meant to be played. Just kill the guy with the ball.
The Canadian Football League, well, for 23 years, you pour yourself into it, and you're passionate about it. You're passionate about the country and the people that you touch and communicate with and befriend. And to me, it's one of those scenarios where it defines you, and every day you go out there and you attack it. In my 14 years of playing in this wonderful league, I tried to make sure that every time I went out there, I was putting a stroke on that canvas that I could be proud of, and I'm telling you, that has not changed since I've retired. And last night was a culmination and a stamp of approval that I was doing it. My kids, I think they're looking at Dad differently today than they did yesterday, and as well as the game of football and what the Canadian Football League's all about. And hopefully it'll inspire them maybe to go out there and attack life like I attacked the football field.
Dunigan went on to say that being an Edmonton Eskimo isn't a sometimes thing, it's an all-the-time thing. An Edmonton Eskimo represents every player who ever played for the green and gold, each and every time he takes to the field, as well as generations of loyal fans and the city itself. If you don't want to win and build a dynasty, then this isn't the team for you. Once an Eskimo, always an Eskimo.
Coaching is in me. 14 years of being a quarterback and learning from the best that I had the good fortune to do. You understand what it takes to lead, and you really don't settle for any other position other than being able to audibilize the line of scrimmage and control the football and to dictate what's going on and the tempo and the pace and matchups and things of that nature. So I was basically a coach for 14 years when I played. Didn't know it, but certainly felt like I could lead. Just led by example and worked hard. And over the course of my career and the good fortune that I had, I learned from some tremendous individuals. I was just tremendously fortunate to be around so many great leaders. And being a quarterback, you had special relationships with those people. When you're sitting there and making personnel decisions, along with your head coach and general manager about people and whatnot, and you're involved in those meetings on a regular basis, you learn something about the game, let alone how to play it.
I miss him playing. I watch football games now, and there's no tougher player than he was, and I loved watching him play, and I loved him in that uniform. It was hard to watch him out of it.
Winning is a pretty simple formula, and you got to have the right people in the right places, and quality people that certainly are passionate about what they do, that won't change their colors, come hell or high water, will continue to be the same people day in, day out, through good times and bad. And I understand that. There's nothing like being involved with an organization, front office, ticket office, personnel, coaches, players, equipment staff, medical staff, everybody working, to get everybody working in the same direction and see it come together. That's a passion, and that's something that I believe is in the cards. And I'm waiting to get dealt that hand.